Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt from RC Overload. Welcome back as usual. Today I actually got a really cool little product I wanted to show you guys. The guys over at C.B.E RC Fab, they actually make a bunch of different things for your SCX-10, your Yeti, and so forth. But they actually sent me, probably, in my opinion, one of the coolest little upgrades for your Axial Yeti. Let me show you. It's called the Yeti Tab. Hopefully my camera will focus. It's been having a hard time doing so lately. So here is the Yeti Tab. It's just a piece of metal, very thin. It has 10 holes and 3.5 mounting holes. I'm trying to hide my face because it wants to keep finding my face. What I mean by that is you actually have a cut out hole here, and it's the way it's designed. You'll understand when I show you guys on the Yeti. This tab is probably the coolest little thing I've ever seen for the Yeti, in my opinion. Why? Because you can now change the position of your rear shock in so many different ways and so many different angles. It's awesome. Alright? But not only can you change the position of the shock to get a different angle and different riding thing, however, anyways, but you can also get different shocks now. I actually was browsing around on their Facebook page the other day, and I came across a guy running these tabs on his Yeti with the Proline ProSpec shocks. Now those are like half the size of the rear shocks. Alright, hold on. You know what? I'm going to go grab the Yeti, put it right here. Hold on. This thing's a beast. Alright. So yeah, like I was saying, with the ProSpec shocks, you guys know how I'm running those up front. They look pretty, right? He was running them in the rear. So now, not only do you have the angle, like I was saying, that you can change up, but you can also put different shocks on it, which is a huge, huge upgrade. Granted, you may not have the full-on suspension travel that you would normally get out of these longer rear shocks, but it still opens up the possibility for different shocks, especially when you're racing. Shocks play a huge role in the way the vehicle rides and handles and determines how well you're going to race, really. I mean, there's a ton of other factors that go in, but today we're just talking about the rear shocks. So, that's all really cool. But how do we mount it up? I'm going to show you guys that real quick here. Take a look at this. As you guys are all familiar with, especially on this build, this is the rear setup, okay? And again, I'm going to hide my face. See, like it picks up on my face and I don't know, it's not doing it now. Hey, there it is. Okay. Watching the viewfinder. Anyways, so this is the factory, come on, focus, thank you. This is the factory setup. You got two mounting positions up front, right? And then you have the 4 down below on the trailing arm. Now these are Blue Monkey's trailing arms that I'm running right here. And they have 4 positions, okay? So on this, let me turn it around. Here is the RC Fab Yeti Tab. EBC RC Fab Yeti Tab. Jeez, that's a mouthful. So not only do I have the 4 positions here on the lower control arm, but I also have the 10 positions here on the upper control arm. Let's see if I can't get that to focus. There we go. So what's really cool about this is that the 2 upper screws utilize the same holes that you would originally put your shock. The 2 lower are actually what the gas tank, where it mounts. I can show you guys best I can. However, you are going to need different hardware, okay? For the upper screw holes, you're going to need shorter shocks. Shorter shocks, Jesus. Shorter screws for the upper 2 mounting holes, alright? For the lower 2 mounting holes, you're going to need longer screws. However, I was actually able to use the screws that originally mounted up top and put them down at the bottom, and they worked perfect. They were perfect length. Now, also note, on the rear, on the bottoms, you are going to need to put spacers behind it, okay? This isn't completely flush with the chassis setup, and there is a little bit of an indent on the lower ones. So you'll need to put a little spacer back in there to help hold that plate secure. Once you do that, you're good to go. The other thing that I wanted to note for you guys, I'll bring this a little closer, on the rear shock, okay? See if I can get it to focus. There we go. The rear shock, as you can see, I'm running a spacer. Yeah, like a washer basically, up front, on the front side of it. That's because the hole on the upper part of the shock is so big that it actually just keeps popping off once you put a screw in there. So you could either get a bigger screw, screw head, or you could just put a washer in there. I'm trying to hide. And it'll hold it in position. Now I am running a nut on the back side. Let me see if I can flip this around. Hopefully you guys can see it. Alright. So that's that. Very simple, very cheap upgrade. And now it allows you to tune the rear suspension however you possibly could imagine. Alright. 10 different holes, 4 different positions on the bottom. I mean, it's endless, really. So, let me grab that. Definitely check these guys out. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I will post all the links below in the description box, as well as all the information. Whoa, it's still blurry. Come on, focus. I don't know, I'm having a little problem today with it focusing. I apologize, guys. However, the show must go on. So, definitely check them out. Like I said, all the information will be in the description box. You will see this on the movie. I am just about ready to start filming. Just got to find a little bit of time here to do so on the Yeti. And I'm just going to try to make it as good as I can. Time is limiting. So, anyways, that's that. That is that. And thank you for watching the show. Alright guys, until next time, I'll see you on the next RC Overload. Thanks for watching, guys.